some young broke dude.
Thank you. Just looking through your photos, I remember you as having tight, gorgeous figure back when we dated. Apologies if it's medical reasons, but what happened?
Are you actually fucking joking?
Not trying to be rude, it's just genuinely a shame. Like, I'm genuinely not trying to be nasty. It's not your identity. It's just your choice. Easily changeable. Surely you've noticed yourself too. If not, you're welcome.
I'm not sure why my friends hang out with me. I mean, they do realize one day I'm just gonna muscle them down like a tender steak so my guts can chew them up and grind them down into lifeless sludge, right? Nobody is so high up on the list that they're exempt from that.
4 drunk girls just drove through the construction fencing on Dundas, and then ditched their car and ran when I said I was calling the police for help.
I'm not single, but looking for someone interested in sneaking around and going on adrenaline-driven adventures. I'm 25, 6-foot black dude with an athletic build. I enjoy nature, music, long drives, and occasionally smoking weed. My pics aren't up for privacy reasons, but if we match and you're down to make plans, I'll gladly exchange pics. Let's vibe.
Straight up, I have a man. I am only looking for a female when he isn't around. No, he will not be involved. He doesn't know about my Tinder because he thinks it's cheating still. No, I will not be your unicorn.
Funny mustache story here. Was at the mall with the wifey and saw this creepy dude with a mustache looking at the kids in the play area. So I snuck up behind him and poured my extra large soda from McDonald's on his head for being a sicko. Then he started yelling and got security involved. Then I told the guard what he was doing. Now get this, he was the dad of one of the kids there. We just snuck away from the scene as he was talking to them afterwards. Edit. Wow, I leave Reddit for an hour to get more beans and I come back to downvotes? I thought he was a child predator. I did the right thing. I was wrong, okay, but you wouldn't downvote me if I turned out to be right. What the heck is happening to this forum?
I'm absolutely appalled at something that just happened to my 5-year-old son. My elderly father-in-law took him and his 7-year-old sister to Flagstone Park to have a play and ride their scooters. Some teenagers took his scooter that is less than a week old and smashed it in front of him as he watched on helplessly. What kind of parents breed this scum in this area? Kids like these should be removed from society permanently. My son is devastated. Picture of what's left. To be honest, I think black women should start falsely accusing black men of sexual rape and assault. It works for white women and they get a pretty penny from it. If black women can't get the coin through marriage, then we might as well get it through the court.
Aw, someone pooped in the urinal.
My 3-year-old sister's first build.
The fuck is this garbage? I hope you told her it wasn't good. The last thing you want to do is make her feel some sort of self-appreciation.
Let me ask you a question though, since you made that comment about healthcare not being about profit. Let's say that I am a wealthy person and I can afford a car that costs $50,000. Let's say that you are not as wealthy as me and you can afford a car that costs $5,000. Let's say that you and I get into the exact same type of car accident, but because I have a more expensive and therefore safer car, it is more likely that I survive the crash. I would survive in that scenario simply because of the fact that I have more money than you and could afford a more expensive and therefore safer car. Why should healthcare be any different? If I'm able to afford good health insurance and healthcare, my life should be longer than yours and I should be able to take care of myself better than you. I've asked this question to help people before. I've never gotten a straight answer.
Wow, is that really a question? You have more money, therefore your life is worth more than someone else's? I'm so lost. My 13-year-old is begging me to take him to get shots. He says he doesn't care and he'd rather go back to school. ETA, I am not even remotely considering it, just venting. You're a great mom. I don't care if a guy's finer than my man or got a bigger dick. If my man holding me down, he loyal and we vibe, I'm still gonna cheat.
How would it not be? You realize how many views he would get on just that video if he died? Like it would be his most viewed video. Not to mention if he died, a lot of people would feel bad and subscribe and watch his videos, so he would get more views and subscribers. Also, someone recording their death is just cool and usually a pretty good video.
White people are so fucking gross, seriously. Like, I genuinely feel disappointed in myself for even being halfway associated with this fucking race of inbred freaks. Like, they should all be put down, which may sound a bit Hitler-esque to some, but just think about the long term.
Whoa, chill. You're literally half Caucasian and live in Utah.
Am I the asshole for poisoning my cousin with my own weed? So my cousin moved in with my family and has had problems with stealing my money and my medical marijuana that I used to help my pain and to get some sleep. Even when I locked it in my humidor, he found a way to get in it. So I had the idea to contaminate my own weed because it's fucking expensive and I want him to keep his grubby little hands off of my stuff. So I took a bit of peanut butter and put it on the top and inside of the bottle that it's in because my cousin is allergic to peanuts. Now I didn't just go and do that, I also warned him that I had done so, and unless he wants to throw up everywhere and get really sick, to stay out of my stuff. Apparently he thought I was joking when I had said that to him because he's been on and off sick for the past 2 weeks and just now copped to taking out of my stash. So I had to sit down my cousin and my family and tell them all why exactly he was sick and that I did indeed contaminate my own belongings with peanut butter, to which my cousin is allergic to, and there's just as much heat on me as on him. Am I the asshole?
We provide free board games for our customers to enjoy our gaming area. We do not charge or require an ID for them to borrow a game because we wouldn't want to give them any hassle. But it is just so surprising on how they treat the games we lend. We forecasted that we would need to replace some games in 6 months, but it's only been a week and this is the state of it. We are so saddened when customers cannot return the games properly, let pieces go missing, and sometimes even steal a few card games. It is heartbreaking. Snoop Dogg's grandson died at 10 days old. Does anyone know if the baby was vaccinated? Honestly, sorry for his loss, but want to find out. The link below does not clarify it. Snoop needs to know vaccines are contaminated. Hashtag be brave. Hashtag rise up. Twitter, do your thing. This is a student being openly transphobic, throwing away pads and tampons, which are provided in all restrooms as not to exclude the trans community. This is a hateful, wasteful, and ignorant act of intentional bigotry.
I'm not saying it's right to kill anyone, but these transgendered lesbians, homosexuals are disgusting and should be in mental health institutions, not walking around in our streets, and I'm not going to pretend a man is a woman just because deviant minds think I should.
I don't need a woman. I don't need a man. I need a piece of worthless trash on their knees begging for more.
Some white bitch at the pool sunbathing topless. Big fat titties.
I'd suck the milk right out of those bad boys.
Gimme, gimme, gimme. Fuck! I'd kidnap her and fuck the shit out of her. Damn those boobs. Gotta bite the nipple for sure. You got more pics?
I thought you had better taste than that, Chris. Ugly, skinny white girl is rank.
Fuck up, bitch. You're jealous. Got more pics, Chris?
Yeah, an official diagnosis from a psychiatrist, seeing a psychologist for 2 years, a suicide attempt, months of alcoholism, and years of cutting don't mean anything. Since I'm 14, it's all clearly fake.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know. Shut the hell up. You did the suicide attempt, the alcohol, and the cutting, so I don't feel sorry for you. Just don't do these things if you don't have those problems. Now you're telling someone on a social media site about it? Exactly. Nobody's life is that important, so just get on with it.
Encouraging teen suicide? I bet you feel proud your life is finally amounting to something.
Hey, we just played Valhalla. I would like you to know you're a worthless spamming cunt and your mom should have got you aborted. If you weren't on PS4, you'd be booted for a day and get your router fucked, you lucky ass little bitch.
Oh shit, facts. Which one were you? Jesus Christ, you good.
German Shepherd beaten and shot multiple times, saving his 16-year-old owner from burglars.
Meh, people on here praising the dog, but what if I told you that it acted out of instinct? Do you really think the animal cares about anything or anyone other than himself? Spoiler, no. The animal saw the burglars and it defended its life and the food. No need to make up a story about it.
Just caught my dad cheating on my mom.
Humans have the stupidest fucking problems. Get over yourself. Your dad has a nice cock and your mom wasn't appreciative of it, so we found someone that was.
I once approached a teenage girl, around 14 years old, by asking her for directions at first. Then I proceeded to ask for her name. She became afraid and started walking away. I followed her, and then she went from walking briskly to running. Her gait was peculiar, because she ran like a newborn fawn, turning around every so often, trying to see if I'm still following. Now, I want to make clear that I absolutely abhor rape and did not have any intention in that direction. Not molestation, not any of that. She had no reason to be frightened. I wasn't gonna do anything, but the feeling when you follow a girl and she notices you and she tries to lose you or picks up the pace, that's kind of a good feeling. You become important to her. You are no longer some random insignificant face in the crowd. I know it's kind of low-level behavior, but I do enjoy doing that. I go to another city, look for a girl that's walking by herself and start following her. After a while they notice you.
After dark, after sunset, it may suffice to just walk in the same general direction as a girl that is walking in front of you. They become paranoid. I recommend you lonely incels try it sometime, just to make her afraid. If you know your limits and don't actually harass, let alone rape, that girl, it should be harmless psychological fun.
Columbine was perfectly justified. What the fuck is wrong with you? Dylan and Eric are pretty hot. All they needed was some help. They only killed all those people because they were mentally ill. They're not bad people, so shut the fuck up. All those experts who said that it was a hate crime are fake. You're so wrong, it's funny.
The interracial's like bestiality. Sure, you can do it, but it's fucking disgusting and you're a subhuman freak if you do it.
Rape is not a punishment for getting drunk.
It's not right to rape anyone, but she put herself in that situation, so she is suffering the consequences of her actions. I can't really feel bad for her. The person that raped her is still a terrible person that should not have done that, but it was her decision to get drunk.